please like this video by clicking here, and also subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red button right here, and click on the notifications bell for all notifications as well. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's Javier, and I'm super excited to be with you here this morning. We're going to start by muting everybody just in the event that you've got some background noise or what have you that you don't have to worry about it. So if you want to mute yourself, that's perfect. If not, I'm muting everybody right now, and you can still unmute yourself. So in case you have any questions as we go, I would ask you to please make sure that you interrupt me, because we're going to do this a little different. We're going to go ahead and make it more concise and precise by getting into what we need to get into without having to stop and go every time somebody walks in. Or so if you have a question, unmute yourself or chat, raise your hand, whatever you want to call it, and just ask away. So I want to go ahead and get started and thank everybody for being here. You know, the first thing I want to just do is recognize our top producers for the month to date, I should say. And it's really exciting to see so many people doing what needs to be done. Mr. Joseph Chung out there with 6 personal pieces of business, which is great. Daniela is right behind him with 5. And so I want to, take a moment to recognize him. Mr. George Munoz is right behind them with 4. And Alan Guerra is right behind them with 3. And a bunch of people with 2s and 1s and so on. But one of the things that's really unique that I really want to emphasize to everybody is the fact that, it's amazing how we are seeing an increase in target premium amounts for different reasons, primarily training. And I'm not talking about my training. I'm talking about the training that our great leaders are conducting out in the field. And I was having a long conversation, well, not too long, but an in-depth conversation with Mr. Let me just get these people in here. I was having a conversation with Mr. Michael Hatter. He is right now the #1 leader producer with the highest target premium. We've seen an increase 20 to 30% in target premiums, but Mr. Hatter has had the greatest increase with something like 300%. I think his average IUL right now is like $900 a month or something like that, which is just simply incredible when he was averaging around $300 a month. And the question, of course, is how did he do it? And 2 things come into play. He obviously tells me how training is important for him and, how he does his training for his team. But what ultimately plays the biggest role in his success is by far his level of self-confidence. And that plays into a huge portion of the success that one will experience in this business. And that simply doesn't necessarily mean knowing more, because we have more people that know more than they will ever use. It's about utilizing what you know, whether it's a lot, whether you know a little, it doesn't matter. If you don't deploy what you have, what you know, then it's useless. So self-confidence plays a huge role in this. And so I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate all of our personal producers, Mr. Hatter, for, doing the right thing and teaching others how to dramatically increase their target premium. Because if you increase your target premium, you don't have to increase the number of apps you're generating. He's generating the same or maybe even a little less than before, but making 3 times the money and bringing 3 times the value to clients, which is the most important thing of all. And so I just wanted to take a moment to recognize them as well. Also along those lines, I just want to emphasize what I'm showing you on the screen right now, which is we're calling it the Instagram for Business. It's really social media, business templates for social media. It's a great package. It's a massive package that you see on the screen that I'm going to share with you. I purchased this, and it works like a charm because it definitely allows you to work off templates versus having to be creative. I created a lot of custom templates for our webinar folks. We got a lot of the webinars that we are conducting for the $1 Million Baby, also for just clients as well. And Instagram is turning out to be the best source for business. And the reason for that, who can tell me why, especially the $1 Million Baby? Why do you think we're doing so much better on Instagram than, let's just say, Facebook? Anybody?
Well, because younger people, millennials, Gen X's, that's what they utilize.
In younger parents, exactly, especially right. As it relates to the $1 Million Baby, you're right. And so again, a lot of the people that are on the Facebook side of the house, that's considered, none of my kids, I'll tell you that right now, are on Facebook. None of them use Facebook. They all are on Instagram. It's quicker to the point. It lets them determine whether or not they want to know more, because that's really all you're selling when you're selling on Instagram. You're not selling a whole presentation on Instagram. You're just inviting them to an event or to a website. One of the things that's the coolest thing I've seen in a long time that we're leveraging, and here, let me just show you. Let me get out of this presentation, and let me see if I can pull it up here. And I know I'm not sharing it, but I'll bring it up right now. Let's see if we can see it. Here you go. let's see, I think this is it. Okay, perfect. So here we go. So let me just go ahead. Now, we don't know how we're going to do this with everybody here yet, but let me just see if I can go get this new going. Hold on 1 second, please. And so my recommendation to everyone is to go ahead and become well versed in what are called either, well, literally anything that brings you business. So let me just go ahead and share this with you on the screen. This is one thing that I used. I would encourage you to do it as well. We had the opportunity to do this for our teammates, meaning that I can create an unlimited number of these things. So the initial game plan was, let's just create one for everybody so everybody can flood the market and we can all win together. But I thought it was a pretty dumb idea because people just don't use what you give them. That's just the reality of it. So now there's a thing that I would encourage you to look into. It's called Profit Mozo. Pretty simple. You can see the address up there. Profit, M-O-Z-O. What it allows you to do, it allows you to create pages. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is the one that we're blasting on Instagram and actually on everything. So not just Instagram, but let me just see if I can go ahead and get this going for 1 second. Let's see here. And so it's going to be, it's going to, oh, shoot, hold on. It's going to look something like this. It's not going to be this particular one, but let me just see if we can just go ahead, if I can open up the edit version. And it looks something like this. Now, this is not the video. This is not the one. But what we're doing with this one, we're finding even more success with landing pages. The problem is landing pages can get pretty complicated. So we've oversimplified it. And so what that simply means is that when somebody comes to this, all I simply do now is I just send them to you don't have to give them a domain. You just simply post it on Instagram or Facebook if you're on that, or Twitter or whatever. But what it does, it's a landing page with the video of the presentation for the $1 Million Baby or for the adults. We have them for the adults as well. They schedule here via Zoom their one-on-one consultation, which is to run their illustration for their children or themselves if it fits for adults. And that's pretty it. You can see the preview up here. That's how it looks on a tablet. This is how it looks on a phone. So that's what you want. Something really simple and small that delivers the message, has a way to contact you, and that's it. Now, what I'm going to do is let me back up here, but this is what's really cool about it, that for a lot of people are going to be able to really love this. So what I'm going to do here on the left-hand side, there's a thing called Social Mozo. And again, I'm going to do a class for people that buy this. I'm not giving it to anybody. But Social Mozo, what it does, it allows you to create a simple link to direct traffic, because it's all about traffic. It's no fun if you have a post that nobody is looking at. So what you want to do is come in here. And again, I'm not going to go into it into too great detail, but I'm going to create one. I'm going to create a Mozo, and I'm going to create it from one of my pages. And the page that I'm going to select is, let's just say I'm going to call it Baby or whatever. Baby. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to have them. Anyways, I was going to show you. What it does is it creates a link for you, and it creates a link that you paste on social media that puts the entire page on the post. There's nothing like it out there. And it's pretty cool. So if you're into really get yourself up and running and, you know, sustaining yourself, then this is something that you might want to go ahead and look into. And that's the name of it. That's what you have. And let me go back to the presentation. So it's really cool. I'm telling you, it is definitely something that, for me at least, has been godsend, because it allows us to just not be geeks and focus on results as well. So that's one thing. Let me go back to the presentation and just go ahead and share with you the PowerPoint so we can get going. Now, I'm not going to go over this whole thing with you because I want you to go ahead. It's still not there. Hold on. Because this is something that you're going to do on your own. I'm going to show you where to get the information, and then you just go ahead and on your own continue to do this. So let me just go ahead and make sure we get this, please. Let's see. Okay, there it is. So let me just go back to the PowerPoint, because I don't see in my monitor the actual PowerPoint. So I'm going to give it a second to see if it catches up. It's sometimes a little behind. Do you guys see you don't see the PowerPoint, do you?
No.
Okay, that's
no, I don't see it.
All right, cool. All right, so let me just go ahead and, oh, there it goes. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So it's there. All right, so what I'm going to show you now, so that's the first part. And the first part of the Profit Mozo is perfect because it allows you to generate an unlimited number of pages, and you just need to do it one time. It's not even a page, so don't get intimidated. It's literally a video, which is use a URL, and then one for churches, which I'm going to give you a resource for churches. We're having a little bit more interest in churches. The same thing, we're having interest in police. I know Keith Koso yesterday had his third client from the sheriff's department that he actually got a question from one of the detectives he was actually running numbers for, and he just decided to call me, and it worked like a charm. He says, "Hey, Javier, I got Detective so-and-so who has he has a question. This is what he asked me." And so he put him on the phone, introduced myself, gave him the answer, and the guy was as happy as can be. So that's a resource that we all should be leveraging. Now, Instagram, for a lot of different reasons, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing. This is a table of contents. A lot of people are on it. I mean, more than 800 million people are on it. That's the younger generation. That's also a lot of the younger professionals. This is also a lot of the people who are seeing that their parents didn't save up as much, so they're a lot more motivated, if you would, than the people that are on, let's just say, Facebook. And so definitely it's it's the place to be, because that's where the people are. It can help a company of any size flourish because it goes viral faster, especially if you're leveraging some of the tools that I'm sharing with you right now. It's amazing how quickly it will grow. It can generate money from Instagram. And of course, we're talking about sales. What we are doing different with Instagram and Facebook, we're not directing people to webinars, because webinars are great for people you already know. I'll give you an example. This week I held, I don't know, not a lot, but probably 8 webinars for people that took me up on the offer. Great question that we had just, let me see, a great question that I had last week. Don't know, George, I really don't know. And so anyways, so one of the things that, Holly, I think, asked me last week, how are you going to handle it? We're going to get flooded with this generous offer of me conducting actual webinar for you, $1 Million Baby, or for adults, your choice. I will go ahead and conduct it. I will put it together. I will give you the actual templates to invite people from. I'll give you everything. I'll do everything for you. And of all the people that are on this webinar and that are on Facebook as well, I wasn't concerned, if you would, about how you getting overwhelmed. That would be a good problem to have. A whopping 2 of you took me up on that offer. And that's pretty sad. Because like I said, if you're making the money that you want to make.
So far. You
The
said
offer's
2
gone.
weeks.
Yeah, the offer's gone. That was last weekend. And throughout this week. So in 7 days, 2 people took me up on the offer. And that is withdrawn at this point. And so, like I said, it's not rocket science. You decide you want to do something, you throw a date up on the wall, you invite your people, and I'll do I do the heavy lifting. The last 2 that I have are this Sunday. We did 7, 8 this past week with my base shop, the people that I hold accountable to. If you run with me, like if you're really running with me, it's not cool to be broke. It's not cool to not have business. It's not cool to not have results. In my world, we have to generate results. And unless you come back and say, look, I'm George, I had 4 apps this week, that's great. The same thing with Alan, or whether you are, Daniela, or whether you are, Joseph Chung, who has 6 this week. I mean, that's pretty for the month, I should say. That's good. But if you don't have any, man, then the question, of course, is what on earth are you doing? But the offer is done. It's done. It expired. And so therefore, don't be texting me. No, I sent everybody the link as promised. They selected the date and time, and we're off to the races. And the difference is that they've got business and a lot of other people. I don't know if you would agree with me, but that's pretty sad, isn't it? That only 2 people take you up on an offer to do the heavy lifting for them. So, it is what it is. So like I said, this can help you because we're leveraging the templates that I gave those people that sent me the invitations on Instagram, and it's helping them invite like never before. Stories help your internet business more relatable. One of the things that I learned the hard way, by the way, is that one thing is to post on Instagram, which you should, but if you ever post on Instagram, always follow it up with a story. Always follow it up with a story. And the story means it's the little things at the top of your feed. And that's very important. More people see stuff on stories than anything else because they're browsing. They're just nosy. They're just swiping and they're just looking to see what people are doing. And that's the way you want to do it. I never did that. I never really did the stories until I did it a few times and find out how many more hits, likes, and interactions I was receiving than just simply posting stuff. And that's a lesson I learned the hard way. So I hope that you learn that the easy way here. Hold on. I hope you do that here as well. You can also partner with influencers, and what that simply means is that influencers doesn't mean that you have to go out there and look for Kim Kardashian or something. It's just people in the game. It's just literally teammates that you're not looking to go generate 1,000,000 policies or 1,000 or 100. I mean, you're just looking for 2, 3 a week, and you're going to be making 150,000 a year. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And so you can partner with influencers. And influencers are basically anybody that has a following. Yeah, it would be nice to get somebody with 1,000,000 followers, but you could not handle that business. So just start small with each other. Hold each other accountable. Leverage each other. I mean, I was a guest on Jeff Lynn's podcast. A gentleman called me from Florida yesterday, asking me, he's not part of my team, but if I could be a guest for him for his StreamYard. I don't know if you guys remember StreamYard. It's how we interviewed that one police officer a few months back. Most of you probably never tried it. He not only he tried it, he's implementing that into his business. And so he's not part of my team, but he's like, if he could really help me out, I go, well, you know what? Nobody on my team wants my help. I'd rather go help you. And so we're going to do that this week. We're going to do the whole show via StreamYard. And StreamYard is, again, that service that we did that webinar a while back that we did the interview with the police officer. It was a really good way to interview people. Most forgot he's leveraging it so you can partner up with influencers. Hashtags are incredibly important. We are going to be running campaigns starting in November. And we're going to do is we have an actual page on our website, team website, that we're going to post all of our information. But the only way that we're going to do this is we're going to work with those that are using our hashtags, whether it be $1,000,000baby, whether it be bulletproof your financial future. It's the hashtags that make it searchable, and it connects it with other people doing the same. So if I put anything up, an image, a video, or just a text post saying, join me this Wednesday, or click here to see how you can secure your child's financial future by leveraging the power of our products, I'm going to end it with hashtag $1,000,000baby. And so if we all do that, we can attest. Because remember, a lot of our people are doing stuff, but we got even more people that are not doing a thing. And if I'm giving you videos, if I'm giving you templates, and all you're doing is storing them on your computer, that does nothing for you, first and foremost. Because if I search, you can search it. That's the whole purpose of hashtags. Hashtag $1,000,000baby, and none of you are posting anything. You don't need more information because you're just going to sit on even more info, and it's not going to be a good thing. You can efficiently engage with customers, and because of the fact that it has instant messaging or private messaging, direct messaging, whatever you want to call it or refer to, it's a great communication. I get about 3 to 4 a week. It's not a lot, but I'm not posting a lot because I don't have a lot of time right now. But once the machinery is turned on in October, I can easily go to 4 to 5 conversations a day of people that want to know just a little bit more information. So it's a great way to do that. Mobility, which is, at the end of the day, when we talk about business, I don't care if we're talking about a life insurance business, I don't care what kind of business you're talking about. What do most people want when you really think about it? What do most people want nowadays and forever? What do most people want when they open up a business, like just call it like this, FFS or a real estate or a mortgage business? What do you think? What do you want? Why are you here? You don't know why you're here. That's called being lost. You don't ever want to do that. Why are you here? Anybody?
I like the ability to have it mobile, Javier, being able to take this and using strategies, and you can do Zoom, you can do LinkedIn, a lot of different ways. That's what I really appreciated.
I mean, okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And congratulations with that detective yesterday, Keith, by the way. Great job doing that. Call me.
Thank you.
And so, like I said, I'm with him. I mean, I like mobility. I like the lifestyle. And by lifestyle, I'm talking about what I refer to and what I didn't invent it, but what is referred to as the laptop lifestyle, where you can run your business from just about anywhere. I mean, we are still seeing, just like Keith was seeing that detective yesterday because it was a referral of a referral type of thing, which is a great thing to have. Now, everyone I see, I put up a new rule. Well, you guys don't know about it because you're not part of that group, but with the people that I personally mentored directly, I told them, look, for 2 weeks, I'm going to do nothing but virtual because of my baby, my grandbaby's grandson's here. And so therefore, I don't want to go out there and be, mixing with people unnecessarily. And lo and behold, I like it so much, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to be doing a lot of live events. The only ones that I'm going to be doing are roll call presentations. George says to learn to thrive during this time rather than survive. That's good, George. I mean, George had one hell of a week that I'm not going to get into. He was telling me about it, but in there, somehow he managed to still get 2-3 pieces of business in, which is just simply amazing. And so, yeah, I mean, we want to succeed. We want to thrive. But what if we could thrive and still do it in the mobile sense, that we don't have to be in an office in a cubicle? Nothing scares the hell out of me more than thinking I'm going to have to be sitting in an office in a cubicle, breathing recycled air, with people I don't really care for, yet being far from the people that I love. And so that's what I was telling Keith. I answered yesterday when he called me last night. I was on my way to Knott's Berry Farm for the Taste of Knott's, I don't know, Halloween or feast or whatever the hell it's called with my grandbaby. And, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to keep doing. And I can't wait for this travel restrictions to end because, you know what, we've got cabin fever like you wouldn't believe. We got a lot of travel to make. But the point that I'm making is I've been running my webinars. I've been running my training in my business for literally well over a decade, going on 2 decades, primarily by being mobile. I've done conference calls from Thailand to China to Australia to all over Europe. That if it's Saturday morning, I do my webinar. It's pretty cool. So mobility is a big deal that you want to embrace. Also, you can monitor your competition. I don't believe in being creative. I don't believe in inventing stuff. I like to steal stuff. That if it works for this one company, it's probably going to work for me. And so that's one of the things that this allows you to do as well. And the hashtags play into that because it also pull up some, we're not the only ones to think of $1 million baby campaign. The best info I showed you last week was on that great website that I came across called the $1 Million Baby. And man, I sold so much stuff from them. It's not even funny that it's made me a lot of money this week because I was able to deploy these new power phrases I didn't come up with, but I stole. And so don't sit there waiting for you to be creative because that will never happen for some of us. Just go ahead and do that. And then again, a lot of other options to be creative as it relates to contests or just congratulating people, thanking people. Endless possibilities. So what I want to do is I want to just show you what you're going to do with these stuff. You're going to go to teamcrusaders.com/social media. Now keep in mind that this page will come down Sunday night. I know a lot of people see us on Facebook. We are on Facebook Live right now. Starting October, we were supposed to do it in, November. We're supposed to do it in October. We're going to be doing this webinar and it's going to be broadcast in 13 different places from YouTube, which is where we're all going to go. When you go to ffswebinar.com starting in November, it's going to bring you right to YouTube because it's live. It'll be live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and a lot of other places as well. So you go to teamcrusaders.com/social media. That will take you to this page. On the bottom portion is where you'll see, click here to download the Secrets of Instagram ebook, which is what I showed you. I just showed you the first few chapter covers of an entire ebook that's going to go into how to leverage it to the max. So that's what you want to do. But above it is where it says, click here to download the 350 plus business social media templates pack. And so what I'm going to do just to show you from scratch how to do this, I'm actually going to go here right now and take you there with me. So we're going to do this together so that there's no issues with how do I get there. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm simply going to what I just showed you. teamcrusaders.com/social media. Let's see if it pops up. And so as you can see here, this is the website. Now you're going to click on, this is important. Click on the download the 350 packets. When you do that, it's going to open up a PDF in your browser. Now this is what's super, super important. You have to have, so before you do this, open up a free Canva account. Canva is C-A-N-V-A, as you see on the screen. Log in and then come here. Because when you open up in Canva, it will allow you to edit it and customize it to your liking. That's what we're paid, or that's what I paid for, to be able to do that. And so in social media, on any platform, interaction is crucial. So whenever you can ask a question, you're going to get a lot much higher return and therefore more likely to go viral than if you just simply post a picture of you and your puppy. You can do that, but I'm in it for business. I'm not in it to make friends. I want to make clients and I want to build relationships. And so the best way to do that. And so what you see are a couple of things. Here, business questions. If you just want to answer general business questions, you can do that. Here, infographics, which are just that. Here, business tips. I don't like to give a lot of the business tips because people just skip it. Quotes are popular. Click here to open in Canva. And so what you do here is just quotes related to whatever. So let's just go down here. Business questions. If I click on open in Canva, it's going to take me to Canva. And it'll ask you to either log in or create an account. So who is your customer? I'm just going to click on use template. And let me just go and see if we can log in real quick. There you go. It's asking me to log in to Canva. And when it brings you here, if you ever use PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, that's exactly what this is. And so as you can see, this is it right here. Who is your customer? Now, what you'll see is you'll see a ton of different templates. So you can either A, if you're hardcore, if all you want to do is add your logo, let's say, which I'm just going to show you how simple it is. So let's just go here. Let's just see, who is your, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit this, and I'm going to add, who is your ideal customer? That's a great post. So I'm just going to come in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, and again, I'm not going to really post this, but I'm going to go ahead and look for my logo, whatever you want to do for whatever company. This is all the stuff that I've uploaded throughout the years. So I have a lot of stuff for, so let's just say it's this one. So I'm just going to click on the FFS logo. See, I can double click it. You only click it one time. So what happens, I end up getting two. So I just simply hit delete and one's gone. So let me just go back over here. And there you go. That's how the big boys do it. So the logo's up there. Who is your ideal customer? And that's it. So the question is, what do I do now? Now that I did this, there are a ton of different templates. So if I can literally just go in there and paste my logo on all of them. If I wanted to do that, it's too many. I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the upper right-hand side where it says download. And if you notice, it says page 1, because this is the first page. I'm going to hit download. And what I'm going to do, instead of all 100, I don't want to do all 100. I want to do page 1. And so I'm going to hit done and then download it. And so that way it downloads only one. Now, if you want to download all of them at the same time, you can do that. The point is that all you need to do to get back over here is simply go back and open up the link I gave you. So if I click on this, there's the image, and that's what you're going to post on social media, making it look extremely, extremely professional. Now, you can also go in here, and let's just say I'm going to do this one down here. If I'm going to do this one down here, the same thing. I can add a picture. I can add a logo. I can add text. I can even add music, because if you want to make it into a story that has music, you can do that here as well. The point that I'm making is that it will help you do just that. Now that's if, let me go back over here on my browser. That's if you do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into my download section, which is where I downloaded the stuff. This is the one that I just downloaded right here. Or, once again, just go back to the same website right here. Click on this again, the social media. It's going to take you to the Dropbox folder, which is a PDF. And do you want to do business quotes? Open it in Canva. Business tips? Great, I want to do business tips this time. And again, avoid excuses. Excuses only slow you down from reaching your goals. If you really want to blah, blah, whatever. Okay, so I want to use this template. So I'm going to click on use this template, click on it, and I'm back into Canva. And as you can see, there's a bunch of them right here. Now, my recommendation is to always, always hashtag yourself. And what I mean by that is, who are you? What's your identity? Or what is it you're trying to achieve? If I'm doing a $1 million baby one, well, I'm going to hashtag it. If you notice on the bottom, it says hashtag business tips. Well, I really don't want to do that. Screw that. I want to go here. And then I would do something like $1 million baby. You know, something like the hashtag $1 million. I mean, you have to ask yourself, who are you? I did a training a couple of weeks back with another team that I run on the mortgage side. And even though we're having our best, people were calling me saying, was I upset? And I go, no, I'm not upset. It's just that, we are having a record month. We paid out $400,000 in the month of October, our best month ever. But yet I'm talking to people like we're broke, because a lot of people are broke, and that's not good. I don't like seeing people broke and struggling unless they want to, and most do want it. They want to struggle. They like it. They're comfortable. Well, then don't complain. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking for the people who want to succeed. And so having said that, that's why I'm telling you that, to me, we have to move with a sense of urgency, learn with a sense of urgency. If technology is not your thing, well, you better make it your thing, and make it very, very quickly your thing. So anyways, you can just go in there, hashtag it, absorb as much of this information, because I'm telling you, this is the kind of stuff that's worth a lot of money. Going back to the website, it's not even a landing page, but I'm calling it a landing page because it's just a video. and a place for them to book it, you know, make the decision this week that we're not going to create it for everybody and give them their own domain. We're not going to do that. If you really, really like it, you'll search it, you'll buy it, you'll learn it, and you'll use it. And if not, that's okay too. But the point that I'm making is will definitely make life a hell of a lot easier for you as well. So just look at this stuff. Be humble. Don't ever get too satisfied with your business. You can always improve. If you become lazy, you will soon be off the market. Very, very true. And so what I'm saying is this is very simple, but you can add a picture of yourself if that's what you want to do. Again, here's my baby picture, and I just want to make it part of that. So I'll just take my baby picture, put it there, click away, and there you go. Something as simple as that. Very simple. That, again, let me see who else we have here. There's Knock, right? We're going to make Knock. Very simple. Very simple. I mean, this is good stuff that will elevate your stock. Jeffrey, same thing. Great picture, especially with what she's doing, because I have a special something for her that I want to share with everybody. So you click there. Now, if I wanted to download this one, I would check page 12, go to download. What pages? I just want page 12. Click on page 12. I would make sure that it would have hashtag whatever her podcast is. I'm your agent. I'm going to click on done. I'm going to download just that one. There you go. And there it is. Very, very cool. Now, this is a skill, like I was saying earlier, that you can also leverage with churches, with businesses. People don't know this stuff. You now know more than 90% of the people that are walking around on how the hell to do this. And if you can help them with this one, I actually have a set of templates for churches only. I think it's 50 or 100 just for churches. But the only way, of course, that works is if you're working churches. You got to send me a proof that you submitted business this month from churches, and I'll give it to you. But no, not just to have, just in case, because just in case never happens, just so you know, unless you make things happen. The second to last thing I want to show you is for those of you that are actually already, let me just go ahead and minimize my screen so I can see this stuff. Now, this is something that's important, especially if you are already doing what I'm telling you you should be doing. Let me see if I can have it here. If not, I'm going to have to go grab it next door. Hold on, let me ask my assistant, Marcela. Let me see if I can pull. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I think I have it here. Hold on. All right, so what I'm going to do is going to ask me to log in, but I want to. And this is the last thing I want to show you, for the simple fact that, let me share this, okay. Hold on. And so what I'm going to show you right now, well, God, it was from yesterday, hold on. What I want to show you is, let me see if I can put up real quick. Hold on. Now, if you are, no. Let's see if it pulls it up again, please. Let me go grab it over here. Hold on 1 second. I need the domain. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. That's the problem. We have a bunch of these damn laptops. Here's what I want to show you, and let me see if it works. Here it is. Perfect. All right. So what I'm going to show you now, and this is the last thing, is very important if you have a podcast, a video blog, if you have a regular traditional blog, if you have literally anything that you're marketing, a website, or even a landing page. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to YouTube, right here, YouTube. And so what you'll see here, let me see if I'm under my FFS account. No, whatever. Let me just show you. It doesn't really matter, but let me just show you videos, and I'm going to show you a random one. So let's just say this one, client annual review webinar. So I'm going to click on this. What I'm going to do, hold on, please. Come on. And so what I'm going to do here is, who can tell me what tags are when it relates to anything? Anybody know what tags are? Tags? Anybody? Anybody at all? Tags. You ever heard that? Tags?
It's when you are you talking about like when you tag your friend or?
No. In the world of, let's just say, videos or here.
The hashtags? Is that what you're talking about?
I know that, but here, let me show you. Can you guys see the YouTube video right here? Now, this is just a random one that I put up together. This is George's presentation. So I'm clicking on edit. Maybe you haven't noticed it, but if you go everywhere, you'll find tags. So here's one, the name, a description, but down at the bottom, it's always tags. You see what says tags? And so tags simply mean a word that relates to search engines finding this video and placing it on the rankings. People pay a lot of money for what's called SEO, search engine optimization. And so here I don't have any tags because this is a private video for the San Bernardino Teachers Association or whatever. So, but let's just say this was $1 million baby video. Then I do want people to come there. Let's just say I have a video or a website or a landing page about recruiting. Then I do need that. And so let's just say, and so here's what it means. And I just want to share this with you. It's this. So I'm going to be using this for Google. That's the search engine I'm going after. So I'm going to type in life insurance. Life insurance purchase. And then I'm going to hit start searching. And look at this. This is amazing. Decision. You see? All of the tags, the pertinent wording that will get you at the top of Google starts to pop up. Purchase my life insurance. Purchases online. And so I'm just going to stop it. That's a lot. That's pretty cool. And so what I'm going to do with this now, you just simply come in here, copy it, and then you go to your whatever. Here in this example, I'm using, and you can just paste it right there. And so what this allows you to do, now you can also export it. I always recommend you export it because when you export it, it'll export it with a space between each phrase, if you would. And that's really the way you want, because otherwise it comes like one mega long one. You don't want to do that. And so what I'm saying is this is extremely important because this is what people pay for. So now instead of me coming up with what can I put in there that people find me, the computer does it. Life insurance purchase, purchase online, purchase journey, purchase statistics, purchase decision, purchase age, life insurance, and so on and so on and so on. And you could literally do this with anything, life insurance, jobs. And the same thing, just search for it. Remote, that's a big one. Life insurance jobs remote. I never thought of that. You can just come in here and let it do the work for you. Let it do the work for you. Now, you might say, why would I want something in another city, another state? Well, the reason is that we're nationwide. But number two, it will bring them to the video. It will bring them to your post. It will bring them to your blog. It will bring them to your podcast and so on and so on and so on. So anyways, I'm not going to do this. Now, this is only really pertinent, if you would, for those of you that are doing what I just described. So if you have a blog or if you have a podcast, send me an email directly and I'll give you access to this for free. Again, if you already have it. So send me a link to what you do, what you have, whether it be a blog, whether it be anything. I'm not going to give it away to anybody else that's not doing anything in this arena. There's no need to do that because I only have a certain number of licenses. And so I want to make sure that we get them in the hands of those that need it. So if you are doing that, send me an email with a link to your blog, your podcast, your video blog, your landing page, anything, and I'll get you a link because this is important. I don't want you to go out there and do unnecessary work. So the same thing come in here with churches, with anything. It helps you elevate yourself in that world. And then the last thing I want to share with you guys is this. I'm going to put it in the two things I'm going to give you. Again, you mentioned me, you heard me mention the police. We have a few police events this coming week. October 1st was technically the first month or the first day of the year for our Big Kid Vegas campaign. The race is scheduled for next year. Now, will it happen? I don't know. Nobody knows. But as of right now, everybody is behind on fundraising. So what I'm going to do, even though I've given it to you a million times, and every time I ask for it, nobody can ever give it to me, I'm going to give you the link to the PDF brochure, the e-brochure for the Baker to Vegas campaign, so that if you come across somebody, you can better explain it. Then don't open your mouth. Just simply read what's on the actual. Let me go ahead and get this to you. Just read what's there, and you will do just fine. So let me go ahead and pull this up real quick, please, and bear with me. Let me just pull this up. And so what I did, I just sent you the link to the online presentation via chat. Oh, damn, we went to George only. Hold on. If you check your chat box, if you don't get it, get with your upline. Don't call me or text me. See, I'm not going to send it to anybody outside of this webinar. Get with your upline or somebody, a friend or coworker or somebody that was on the webinar, and get it from them. But I just sent it to everybody. That is the PDF. That is the actual PDF. And so what that does is it's coming up on the screen, as you can see. It is the Baker to Vegas fundraising campaign that you can better explain to people who we are. Always start with the team captain. Always ask them if they've been to a Baker to Vegas team captain's meeting. If the answer is yes, then you definitely know our director. His name is Javier Rodriguez. He has a booth there. He's the one that always gives away the tablets at the end of the meetings. And this is the way we do it. So you just show them this one, which if they are doing the barbecue. The second thing that we're doing with police departments now is we're doing virtual ones. And so what that means is that we don't have time for barbecues and stuff like that. So if they still want to do it, bless their heart. But the way we're doing it now, we are donating a vacation certificate, meaning a stay in either Cancun or Hawaii for every person that donates $40 to the team. So we never handle the money. All we get from the team captain is the name and email address and phone number of everybody that went ahead and donated, and we will donate the certificate. Now, when I say we is a lot of people. I'm saying you. You are going to be the one that's responsible for that. So if you don't have your marketing certificates website, don't do it, because I'm not going to do it for you. And so make sure that you go to marketingcertificates.com to sign up for your free trial. And the price has dropped to like $32 or something ridiculous price like that to be able to do just that. The second thing that is picking up virtually, of all things, which is pretty cool, revolves around the churches as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to send you the link to the church's flip chart. Same thing. We could do it virtually or however they want to do it. And I just send you the second link, which takes you to the church's fundraising flyer as well. Any questions from anybody before we wrap it up? Anybody at all? I want to make sure we give everybody a chance to speak up. Anybody? Questions, comments, concerns?
I was just wondering about the captain's meeting. Are they doing that virtually, and are you attending, or how's that?
Yes, we are doing them virtually. I am attending. We actually have, I should say, a couple of things. You know, the president of LAPRAC he used to be one of my agents in FFS and many years ago in WLG, almost 20 years ago now. And he's a dear friend. So he's giving us special access to emails. They're sending emails on our behalf. We've just been trying to find out how we're going to do this so we can better do it. So the answer is yes, it's covered at the top of the team level myself. So it is covered right now in regards to that. But like always, we're opening it up to people that are, interested in doing it at the local level with their station, local station, police department, or maybe not even local. It's worth the drive as long as you get in there. But we are official sponsors, and we're definitely on board once again as sponsors with them as well. Silver sponsors. Thank you. Any other questions?
I have one more question.
Sure, go ahead.
So I know in the past we talked about just doing, just a donation, a cash donation. I know George and I did one a few years ago. What amount would you recommend that would be good for that?
I would not donate more than $200 if they're going to give me a roll call presentation. I wouldn't, because what we want is multiple. They sometimes have multiple shifts. The only time I've given more than that is when they gave me all of the roll calls. We did that in Pomona one year where they had an issue with personnel. And so I think I gave them like $400, but I went in there for like 6 roll calls, the morning, the afternoon, the mid-afternoon, the nighttime, and all that stuff. I would not give a lot unless And not only that, but never give it until after you do your presentations.
Okay.
Never trust a cop. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just be careful because things happen all the time. And before you know it, you're out the money and you're out the presentation. So don't do that. Thank you. Great question. Anybody else before we wrap it up? All right. Well, we're not going to make this longer. Again, if you are watching this on Facebook as a replay or on YouTube or wherever, the offer is being taken off the website, I should say, being taken offline tomorrow. And for everybody else, I'm telling you, you missed out big time on the $1 Million Baby webinars. I mean, that's easy as it gets. You go nowhere, no one goes nowhere. The last guy that did the best with me this week, he never even made the webinars because he was caught up at work, but yet we still got pieces of business out of it. I don't know what else to say. You lost out big time. So don't let that happen too often. You will be out of business unless, again, you're generating the type of income that you're looking to generate, then keep doing that. But if not, you're going to have to do your part. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I thank you for all you do. And don't forget that what you do matters, especially during these very tough times. So please stay safe and above all, stay healthy. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.